Hello everyone and welcome to my guide on Sarachnis. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you like this video, as it really helps out the channel. So, Sarachnis is a mid-level spider boss, which is found in the Forthos dungeon. It has a 400 hit point health pool and a max hit of 31. People normally will go and kill Sarachnis for that lucrative pet drop. You don't see too many Sarachnis pets around. Sarachnis Cudgel, which is a great mid-level and cheap crush weapon. Great for training, and the giant egg sac, which has 100 red spider's eggs in it, which is a tertiary ingredient for super restore potions. So you'll see a lot of those coming into the game. So some of the requirements that you're going to need to fight Sarachnis include access to the Korend Island and that entire section of the Korend map, as well as a slash weapon to cut through some spider webs. Some things that you'll need as well when fighting Sarachnis are these statistics listed here. You'll want 65 hit points, attack, defense, and strength. This will just give you a well-rounded combat, so that you're able to deal damage and have enough defense to soak up damage from Sarachnis. 43 prayer is going to be essential for protect from melee and protect from range. And finally, you'll want 65 magic, because Sarachnis does spawn a magic minion, and most of your defense for magic comes from your magic level itself. So you want to have about 65 magic to kind of offset that and add to your defensive capabilities. So we can find Sarachnis again in the Forthos dungeon. That's located here with the red circle in the Hosidius area of the Korend map. The fastest way that's going to be there is to use a Xerix talisman to the glade, and that's going to put you just east of the Forthos dungeon. So if you don't have a Xerix talisman or don't have an option to use that teleport, another way is to use the Cadets or Karet's Memoirs book. That's going to put you just north of the Forthos dungeon where Sarachnis resides. If you don't have that, you can also use a skills necklace to go to the Woodcutting Guild. That's going to put you a little bit farther south. And then finally, if none of those options work for you, you can always use the Port Piscarillis teleport from the Sarim or Port Sarim dock. So taking Port Sarim all the way to Port Piscarillis and walking all the way down south. I wouldn't recommend this though, because if you're going to kill Sarachnis often, it's going to be a huge burden for you. So as far as inventory setup goes, you're definitely going to want some sort of special attack weapon. Dragon Claws are going to be a great option. If you don't have those, you can also use a Dragon Warhammer, Bandos Godsword, Dragon Dagger is what I use, so there's plenty of options there. You're going to want to bring a Super Combat Potion to boost your stats. I personally use a superset because they're just a little bit cheaper. 4 to 6 Prayer Potions to replenish your prayer. If you have Piety, you're going to be praying Piety. If you don't have Piety, you're always going to be praying either pray melee or pray range. You're going to want to bring plenty of sharks, because you will be eating and taking damage from some of Sarachnis' minions that it spawns periodically. You're definitely going to want a wilderness sword or some sort of slash weapon which can cut through spider webs. Wilderness swords are unique in that they have a 100% chance to cut through the web, so that's a nice benefit. One-click teleport out, and a Xerix talisman to get there and use that glade teleport. And if you have an imbued heart, that would be a wonderful choice as well to boost your magic level and thus defense. If not, no worries at all. So my personal gear setup looks like this. I've got Karil's top and bottom for the magic defense against one of the mage minions that Sarachnis spawns. I use the Sarachnis Cudgel to attack because of its great strength bonus. Helm of Netzenot, Amulet of Torture for those offensive attack bonuses. Imbued Berserker Ring and Barrow's Gloves for some of the strength bonuses there. The Fire Cape, of course, is a great melee offensive cape slot, and then the Rada's Blessing for a little bit of prayer bonus. If you want the best in slot gear, you can definitely take a look here. If you're on a Slayer task, the Slayer Helmet is going to be a great option. If you're not, the Netzenot Face Guard or Helm of Netzenot is there as well. Infernal Cape, Torture, and the Scythe are really going to be your best in slot. However, I know a lot of people don't have those, and the Scythe can be very expensive to use at times. So any type of crush weapon like an Inquisitor's Mace, Abyssal Bludgeon, Blade of Saldor, or the Cudgel, Leaf-Bladed Battle Axe will all work perfectly fine for you as well. So you can feel free to pause the video here for best in slot and how it kind of moves down to lower tier armor and kind of fit it to however your needs and budget are. So let's talk about some of Sarachnis' fight mechanics. First, it will launch sticky webs at you every 3 attacks. This is going to freeze you in place while Sarachnis moves away and starts to attack you with range. So we're going to want to do a little bit of a prayer switch there. Every time Sarachnis hits you, even if it's 0, it's going to heal 5 damage. So be aware of that. And then at 66 and 33% health respectively, Sarachnis will summon 1 magic and 1 melee minion to come fight. You can see in this clip here, Sarachnis is actually going to use a sticky web and stick you in place. It will always say hiss when it does this, so that's an easy way to tell. It moves away, and my character, I immediately switch to prey range to negate that ranged attack. So here's an example of when Sarachnis spawns the minions. You'll see there will be 1 orange minion, which is going to attack me with melee, and then 1 blue minion, which is going to attack with mage. It's really up to you if you want to keep fighting Sarachnis or kill the minions. If you're taking a lot of damage or have low defense, I would recommend killing the mage minion. And if you take a close look here, you'll see I don't pray correctly in this scene, and Sarachnis gets a hit off on me, and you'll see that little purple hit splat, which is it healing. So, how do we get this Sarachnis? Well, the first thing I usually do is I usually boost up my stats in my player own health, and then use the Glade teleport on the Xeric's Talisman. So this is going to take us just west, or east rather, of Sarachnis, and then we're going to start heading west towards the Forthos dungeon entrance. So it's a very short walk over there, very easy to get to, and we keep a house teleport on us, usually so that we're able to come back to the house, replenish our stats, and then move again for a new attack. So this is the entrance to the Forthos dungeon. We just go ahead and climb down here. We're going to want to pray melee through this section because these spiders are level 75 and they are aggressive, so they can definitely do some damage in a multi-combat zone. So just being cautious to not take too much damage over there. Equip our wilderness sword, slash through some webs, a couple more webs to slash through as we head south through this dungeon. And finally, we'll be coming up here on Sarachnis' lair. So this is the place where you're going to want to stop, set up your quick prayers, pot up, and get ready to enter the fight. So here I make sure I set my quick prayers to pray range and piety. I'm going to go ahead and equip that wilderness sword, pot up, slash through those webs, enter into the arena, and then the fight begins. So typically you can dump your specs right off the bat. I typically like to save mine though until the end once those minions are attacking me, because I'll be taking more damage at that point, and I'd like to finish Sarachnis off quickly, because when you kill Sarachnis it also kills the minions as well. So you can see here, every 3 attacks while I'm within melee distance, I'm always praying melee, and then as soon as I get hit with those sticky webs, I pray range until I get back into melee range, where I continue to pray melee here. So the fight is fairly straightforward. At about 33% damage that Sarachnis has taken, so when it has about 66% health left, it will spawn these minions, and they will start to attack you. I don't worry about them because I can usually tank most of their damage. However, if you are a lower level player, it's generally advised to kill at least the magic minion. So here, Sarachnis will also, once it hits 33% health, will spawn 2 more minions. So you'll have a total of 4 minions attacking you at any given time, if you haven't already killed them. So something to keep in mind there, you don't want to kill Sarachnis too quickly if you're taking a lot of damage from these minions. And generally, it's best practice to only eat while you are frozen by the sticky webs. That's because you can't do anything else, so that's going to be your best opportunity to minimize a loss of DPS or damage per second. And so those are just some of the basic tips when fighting Sarachnis. It's a pretty straightforward fight, and you can see here with this next iteration, we'll have Sarachnis dead, and we really have only used a couple of sharks, so we can definitely stay here for 2 or 3 kills. And if you're using better gear, you can get 5, 6, 7, 8 plus kills per trip. So that's really all I have to show for Sarachnis. Thank you guys so much for sticking around and watching the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'd love to hear some feedback or some ideas on what other videos I can make or what other content I can produce for you guys. And thank you so much.